The Daytona Super Jams finale is about to get underway here at Daytona Milton Keynes. Ollie Hood and Matthew Plum on the front row of the starting grid. Lee Whitney and Tom Angier on row 2 from Stuart Sherman and Chris Monroe doing a fantastic job. On row 4 it's Garrett Berry and Casper Marriott. Richard Snow and Andy Fryer round out the top 10. Barry Weller and Philip Randall are together on row 6. Then it's Garrett Baldwin and Callum O'Donnell. 15th on the grid will be Andy Berry, the last of the D-Max runners. And of course comes the N35 ST Lights battle. It's Adam Thomas, his first pole position, alongside Dan Munro, Charlie Fenton and Barry Morris, title winner in the heavies. Murphy Aldridge goes off 5th position, alongside Joel Wood. Lewis Barton and Ollie Bishop are next up. And then it is Justin Elliott, who lines up alongside Kazuki Nushi. Philip Badelau lines up alongside Benjamin Gregory. And then we have James Bettison alongside Kim Ely. And at the back of the grid, it is Peter Santamaria Woods. We are about to go racing for the last time in Daytona Super Champs for this season. Green, 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 green! To the first corner, no problems at all for Ollie Hood, and it's getting very congested through turn 1 as they are slipping and sliding through. Epic start to proceedings as the drivers work their way up through the first couple of corners. Looks like no problem at all for Ollie Hood to keep the advantage. Race starts again in N35 ST, and it's going to be a cracker for Adam Thomas on the inside. Drifts across. There's a bang of barge boards as they go up towards turn 2, but it's a perfect start for the pole sitter. Adam Thomas holds station in the first corner as they keep out of trouble. So a fabulous opening lap. Couple of stylish moves as Garrett Baldwin chops across the nose of his opponent into turn 1. That was absolutely dicey as you like through. And he manages to pick up a couple of places. Oh, a spin on the opening lap on the final turn as the 33 drifts wide. That's Lewis Barton, and someone has gone clean off the road. I think that's Murphy Aldridge. That is Murphy Aldridge on the opening lap. Oh my goodness, Murphy Aldridge has fallen to the back of the field. As they come out of the final hairpin, we've got Angier on the inside and Berry around the outside. They come through together and Angier holds on for the moment. But it's so greasy out there. The rain has actually stopped, but it is so treacherous out there on course. So the competitors are really going to find it difficult. They come through turn 9. And Dan Munro is putting race leader Adam Thomas under pressure in N35 ST. They drift right off the circuit. The track is changing every single lap. Up the inside, here's a move from Chris Monroe. Gets through on the inside, tank slaps it, and gets wide, and that's Shearman back through. Oh, great dicey between those two in their hunt for 4th position. Under pressure, Adam Thomas has got Dan Munro tripping over him as they come to the hairpin. He's not going to have a lot of traction. Thomas will find a bit more. Yellow flags down at the far end of the circuit. That could be interesting. Here comes the move from Munro on the inside, but he's got to slow the car down to the apex, and he makes it work. Dan Munro takes the lead, but here comes Thomas. Thomas wants a bit more, but Dan Munro has got the move made. Beautiful overtake. Meanwhile, we've got the 2 leaders battling away in N35 ST Heavies. Barry Morris and Justin Elliott, and Morris makes the move. He gets through on Justin Elliott. So Barry Morris takes over the lead in the Heavies class. Here comes Justin Elliott back again, straight on the way through into turn 4. Drifts in the inside, and they're side by side again. The 2 implacable rivals are still side by side. There's only 2 of them in this class, and they're still making it a great race. Excellent stuff. Up on the inside, and that's a brave move on the inside of the number 1 of Justin Elliott. That was the 23 of Kazuki Nushi trying to get in there and make a place or 2, and he's lost traction, Elliott. Elliott's lost traction. So through goes Nushi, and also through goes Joel Wood. And here comes the leader in D-Max, Ollie Hood, to sweep past them all. Here's the battle for second behind Ollie Hood, who is getting clear of the N35 STs now. Matthew Plum trying to get on the inside of Joel Wood to lap him, and now Lee Whitney breathing down his neck into the final corner. Matthew Plum dives for the inside line, takes a good run, and that's actually got him well clear of Whitney. Well done to Matthew Plum. So a great run and a great performance so far. The 109 Gareth Baldwin doesn't look particularly happy as drivers are sliding around all over the shop. He gets his hands in the air. Come on, what are we playing at? So some interesting rip-roaring decision-making there from Gareth Baldwin. He had to be quite light on his feet to try and avoid some contact there. Great to have these onboard cameras with the drivers who really give us a proper bird's eye view of how this race is play out. Ollie Hood, an absolute barnstorming performance from him so far, just disappearing from the rest of the field. It's an absolute domination from Ollie Hood. Meanwhile, it's anything but from Matthew Plum and Lee Whitney as they duel over second. They're working their way through the traffic. I say traffic, they've got Barry Morris in front of them, the leader in the heavies in the N35 STs, and Matthew Plum is not going to find it terribly easy to get past him. Barry Morris is no pushover. He wears the tribute lid to Nigel Mansell. In through the first corner and up towards turn 2, and this is where Plum's going to get the better acceleration. That's the difference between the two cars. But this is going to be a nail-biter to the finish as we've got lots of great overtakes and battles. Barry Morris getting in there as he wrestles with Kazuki Nushi. Nushi's really going for it. Absolutely thrilling stuff. It's won. Justin Elliott's got through. Justin Elliott now leads the heavies. So Justin Elliott's gone through to the lead. Then it is Morris. Then it is the 7 of Aldridge. So Aldridge has now got up into 6th position overall. Well, 6th position of the N35 STs, I should say. But that's another place made up. What happened to Kazuki Nishi? Because he seems to have fallen back. I'll have to keep an eye on that one. Maybe we can see again on the replay. Some great battles as they come up again. That's a move on the inside of his opponent again as Morris dives for the inside of Elliott. And Elliott runs wide. Elliott's still trying to get himself back in there. But Barry Morris versus Justin Elliott is just going hell for leather. They're banging 7 bells out of each other. Excellent racing. Still, they absolutely duel. Down into the braking zone for 10. We can see a couple of manoeuvres. Is that Murphy Aldridge getting in there behind Barry Morris, trying to make a place? He would dearly love to move his way forward, and he's giving it everything he's got. Morris gets onto the inside. Justin Elliott gets held up. Kazuki Nishi's got past them all. That's where he is. So Kazuki Nishi was ahead of them all. So now Murphy Aldridge runs at the back of the queue. Up towards turn 2. Elliott has a vague look on the inside of Kazuki Nishi. Morris is getting held up, and Murphy Aldridge looking for a way past as they come up to turn 4. Morris holds the inside line, dives and spins! Spins! Barry Morris has spun it! Well, there goes the win in the heavies class for Barry Morris. Spins it away, and that is another place made up from Murphy Aldridge. He's now up in a 6th. So that was well handled. But we are now in the closing stages. The checkered flag is about to come out. And out of the final turn, the victory comes the way of Ollie Hood. He wins the season finale. Ollie Hood in brilliant fashion. But out of the final turn, Matthew Plum is 2nd, and he's the champion. Adam Thomas is 2nd in N35 ST. Charlie Fenton is 3rd. He's done a great job. Lee Whitney crosses the line in 3rd position. But in particular, we need to watch for the 7. A great battle out of the final couple of corners. Here comes Murphy Aldridge, trying to wrestle his way past on the inside of Justin Elliott. And he's going to get a great run off the final turn. Murphy Aldridge tries his best. He's going to go straight to the line. What a champion's fight back. That is absolutely incredible. But now we need to figure out if that is going to be enough to win the title. I think it will, but we need to do the mathematics. Has he done enough? Goodness me! What a finish to the season!
Well, it was only right that the season ended in sensational fashion. Ollie Hood taking the victory and the crucial 5 points that went with the fastest lap too. Matthew Plum in 2nd place from Garrett Berry. Tom Angier struggling home for 4th place ahead of Callum O'Donnell, Philip Randall and Casper Marriott. But despite the fact that Ollie Hood took the victory and the fastest lap, on countback and dropped scores, Matthew Plum is still the series champion, just a mere 8 points ahead of Ollie Hood. Tom Angier in a solid 3rd place, and Philip Randall secures 4th in the standings ahead of Callum O'Donnell and Joe Williams. Brilliant end to the season in D-Max Lights. In the D-Max Heavies, business as usual for Lee Whitney, a dozen seconds clear of Chris Munro and Stuart Shearman, locked in their own battle for second position. Gareth Baldwin holding off the attentions of Barry Weller and Richard Snow, with Andy Fryer and Andy Berry giving chase throughout. A win and 5 more bonus points for Lee Whitney storms him even further ahead in the final reckoning, and a fabulous title victory. It was close between Gareth Baldwin, who just pipped Andy Fryer to second place, with Richard Snow only a handful of points ahead of Barry Weller. N35 ST Lights, a brilliant victory for Dan Munro, 17 seconds clear of Adam Thomas, with Charlie Fenton in third place, and Murphy Aldridge a minute back but in fourth place after a scintillating fight back. Kim Ely and Ollie Bishop finished up the top 6, but after a close fight, it's Murphy Aldridge that clinches the title by 12 points on count back to Charlie Fenton and Ralph Leckie. I caught up with him after the race.
Well, Murphy, fantastic end to this campaign. Daytona Super Champs champion in N35 ST Lights. You must be really ecstatic with that after a very long and tough season.
It is. It's crazy. Yeah, I feel like tearing up and crying, but I'm going to save that for the car. It's pretty incredible. Yeah.
So it's obviously been a difficult year, lots of tough races, some great battles, but to see it at the end, just how satisfying is it after all the hard work?
Oh, it's unbelievable, really, to hold this in my hands. It's incredible after all of that. I feel like I've pushed in quite a lot, put in quite a lot to it. It's good to get the rewards out.
And I hear tell there's more coming over 2021 to make this year very special.
Yes, there is. Red Bull's looking at me to possibly drive for them, which is quite interesting because I've got my own car. So hopefully, you never know, that comes through.
Well, that name is yours on the trophy forever after a great campaign. Murphy Aldridge, N35 ST Lights champion. Well done.
Thank you very much.
A brilliant victory for Kazuki Nushi in his only appearance in the N35 ST Heavies, just a couple of seconds ahead of Justin Elliott, with Barry Morris safe and secure in third position. But crucially, Morris picked up the 5 bonus points for the fastest lap of the race, and that tips him in the scale to extend his advantage at the end of the season over Justin Elliott to 20 points. So Morris takes the title, Elliott in second, and Arnold and Leon McCauley fighting for third, with Arnold clinching it. 2021 is just around the corner.